Welcome back to another episode of the Glory Hunter Grimo here on FC25, where we are still at Arsenal in a brand new season. You see here the trophy cabinet is filled, and now what you can see at the bottom is that the Euros is still empty. I did not get a job offer in time. Even though I did get job offers, I just completely forgot about it until the end of the season. Until then, it was too late. I just didn't get any job offers. I actually got a job offer for the United States, but that's obviously not in the Euros. So I will have to change this Euros to 2030. No, 20. What is it? 2032. I would have to change it to a 2032 one, or maybe we do something with like Copa America, the fake Gold Cup, or like that in a tournament at the end of the season. We'll see what happens there. Yeah, you can see there England is still empty. That is unfortunate, but what you can see is now I put what club or what I won it with, like the Spain. I won both of them with Atletico Madrid. The Conference League, I won that with Newcastle. The World Cup, I won it with Spain. Hopefully in England, we can go ahead and win the Premier League and the FA Cup with Arsenal, and possibly even the Champions League, as we are in the Champions League after last season, bottling it in the final episode where we lost to Fulham, which seen us lose the league after we beat Newcastle and beat Manchester United on the final game day. How fitting is it that even against Newcastle we couldn't get the job done against our former club. Now going back into the game and into the system here, we have 186 million here to spend. And looking at the squad here, we have 25 players. We have a lot of midfielders here in the squad. Don't know if a lot of these guys are going to be good enough though for a Premier League title win. We have Zubamendi, Odegaard, and Miguel Medina. Also, we do have Yurdic. Yurdic is good. So the midfield core of those three is very good there. I think Sambi Lakonga's time is over at the club, though. I think possibly maybe find another right winger, another right mid. We have Doms, who's coming back from injury in the next couple of weeks, if not months. He's actually still out for 2 months, which is absurd. Obviously, Bukayo Saka, he's still good enough. Luis Openda and Endrick as our two strikers is good enough to do the job. 185 million to improve this squad. Let's see what we can do. Now, I don't need a striker at all because I have Openda, I have Endrick. Those are my two options. But this guy might be too good to pass up. David Remy, a free agent on the striker on the free agents, I should say. But look at all his play styles: chip shot, power header, even though he's 5'9", technical, first touch, quick step, and acrobatic. I mean, this guy looks absolutely insane. His stats match it as well. 80 stamina is a little letdown. 84 attack position. 93 jumping as a 5'9" a 5'9" striker. He has 90 finishing. I feel like this is a no-brainer. We could find somewhere to do with him. Possibly put Endrick even on the wings. That could be a real possibility. Let's go and bring in David Remy as our first free signing of the save. Now, I know I just said our midfield is pretty strong, but I can't pass this guy up. Mr. Federico Valverde is joining the Arsenal. We swap him for Miguel Merino plus 60 million. It will now be Odegaard, Zubamendi, and Valverde as starting with Yurdic on the bench. Very good option to have. Welcome to the club, Mr. Federico Valverde. We go ahead and let go of Albert Samilakanga. He is gone off to Bournemouth for 19.1 million. Ethan Waneri, welcome back to the Arsenal. You spent a loan here on, well, you spent a season here on loan, half a season here on loan. Welcome back on a permanent deal for 14.6 mil. We'll go ahead and sell Dialdiani as well to Brentford for 43 million. I just forgot to show you all that, so I might as well show you all there. We get a transfer offer for William Saliba from Tottenham. Excuse me. We go ahead and bring in a center back, Guilherme Costa, instead of just paying for him outright and adding him to squad depth. They wanted Mosquera for the deal, so you know what? We kind of bit the bullet and allowed it to happen. So Mosquera goes to Sevilla. We get him for a little bit cheaper than the cash value that they wanted because of Mosquera. Costa comes in. He's 86 overall anyway. He's probably was going to start over Mosquera for the majority of it. So welcome to the club. 6'6" center back coming into Arsenal Football Club. We still had to pay 85 million though. I skipped it. We go ahead and bring in Alphonso Davies for 75 million plus Jacob Kivior. We go ahead and bring him into the club. Welcome to the Arsenal. He will be our last signing because all of our money has been spent on him, all of our remaining money. He'll be starting over Ricardo Calafiori. Calafiori drops to the bench in spot for Kivior. Kivior goes over to Bayern Munich. Welcome to the Arsenal, Mr. Alphonso Davies. First game of the season. Here's our first starting 11 of the season. In fact, I'll even show y'all the bench. We have Martinelli, Openda, Saka. The front three remains the same. We got to get Martinelli back up there. Martin Odegaard, Zubamendi, and Federico Valverde. As he joins the squad, he gets a debut. Alphonso Davies and Costa making their debut here in the starting lineup alongside old men Saliba and Ruiz with David Raya in net. And look who is still injured. Mr. Doms still out for injury, so Cox is going to have to take his spot. We have Endrick as striker on the bench, Remy as striker on the bench, Cox, Ethan Winery, who's now a right winger. We have Juric on the bench, Shikate, Yerdian Timber, Ricardo Calafiori, and Nick Pope for just backup options in net unless David Raya gets hurt. So let's go and get into the first game of the Premier League season against Leicester City. Let's go ahead and get into it. First game of the season. This time we want everything. We might even go get the Carabao Cup for the shits and gigs. I'm not going to. I probably won't. But we'll see what happens. Martinelli crossed in, trying to find Openda. It's the first corner of the season here. It'll be Bukayo Saka to whip it in. It'll be Saliba to try and head it in. No, but the keeper came out and collected it. Ruiz trying to find Davies. Can't do so. Davies is now out of position. Ruiz is out of position. The whole defensive line is out of position because even Saliba's on the left-hand side, and he's supposed to be the right center back. But Saliba did well there to defend that. Now Martinelli. Okay, that was just stupid for me. Why is Saliba just coming back from injury? I never knew he got hurt. Did he get hurt in international management? Could have. I guess that's a real possibility. I just let the go run free, and David Raya with the fantastic save. The 32-year-old man who I've been thinking about possibly swapping out. There's a guy at Real Madrid that's a pre-gen, regen, youth academy just guy that is absolutely insane. But I don't have the money if they want extra cash on him, so count out of luck there. Here's Bukayo Saka now, down the right-hand side, trying to get over one. Referee, surely that's a foul. Just running through a whole entire line, and Daka with the save. Alphonso Davies should be able to clear and deal. And he actually won't be able to do that anyway. It's Mavidi now and back on the ball. Saliba, Ruiz linking up to help stop that attack, and now here comes Bukayo Saka. Can he use his pace to get away? He can't. Why is Davies' clearance is so poor, and why is Daka in behind, and why is Leicester beating us? 1-0 for the Leicester City. Martinelli getting the ball off of the defender, and now Martinelli in behind with Luis Openda. And Luis Openda, can you curl it around the keeper? You do, and we do draw a level. 1-1. Valverde getting the ball back in the midfield. Now looking to find Openda, and here comes the Arsenal. Luis Openda for his second in a matter of minutes. Arsenal take the lead. It's 2-1 for the Gunners. Nvidia, Daka, shot blocked. It'll fall for Odegaard out wide for Martinelli, and here come Arsenal again. Gabriel Martinelli dragging it out wide. Luis Openda is there. Bukayo Saka is there. We're going to cut back into Valverde. I guess I was trying to cut that back to Bukayo Saka. That's why I hit circle like that. I could have changed it. I didn't change it. Zubamendi. Federico Valverde now peeling and turning. Finding Luis Openda. Luis Openda now. That's a penalty. Referee, he calls it. A yellow card for the defender. And the chance to put this game away. Now Bukayo Saka is our pen taker, but we are going to go ahead and bring on Luis Openda for his hat-trick. We go top left, he scores, and Luis Openda has a hat-trick on Premier League Game 1. I almost said debut, but it's definitely not his debut. We're going to make a couple of changes. We bring on Remy as striker, Endrick at the left wing, Ethan Winery on that right wing. I want to see what this Remy guy is about because his stats look absolutely absurd. Odegaard out wide for Endrick. Endrick, can you slot that for Remy? Here is Remy now. Remy on his weaker foot finds the back of the net, and on debut he has a goal. 4-1 for the Arsenal. And that is game over. Arsenal 4-1 on opening day away from home. A massive, massive result as we kick off our league campaign. It's time to get our get back in the last game of the episode. The reason we lost the Premier League last season was because of this Fulham team. Let's get our get back here. Same exact team is put out for today's game. It is time to get our get back, and they're looking. Oh my Lord, David Raya. Maybe it isn't time to get our get back. To corner here early for the Fulham Craven Cottagers, and it's another corner again. Can they do anything on this second corner? David Raya should collect that. He does collect that. Now, which way is Saka going? Saka referee. That's a foul. We'll take that. Can we play quickly? Can we play quickly? Zubimendi. Give the ball to Openda. Openda into Odegaard. Odegaard. Oh, you got to play that into space for Openda. Odegaard intercepts it. Martinelli did well to keep control of it. Now Martin Odegaard in the midfield. Martin Odegaard taken out from behind. The referee sees nothing wrong with it. That is absurd to me. Wilson, a beautiful cross in. Ruiz deals with it initially, but not cleared into Saliba, puts a foot through it. And now Openda down to Bukayo Saka, and Saka into Luis Openda, who has a hat-trick in his first game of the season. Gabriel Martinelli down the left-hand side, trying to get tackled by Viega. Now here comes Calvin Bossi, and Bossi can't get past him. Martinelli just overran it too much. Martin Odegaard, Luis Openda, over the top for Bukayo. Bukayo Saka, he gets his first goal of the season. Arsenal take the lead here early, 1-0. Martin Odegaard into Luis Openda. And Luis Openda now. Luis Openda to make it 4 in 2 games. It's Arsenal 2, Fulham 0. We wanted revenge. We're getting revenge. Win, trying to get one back before halftime, and exactly what you do. The long-range shots work off eventually, and they cut the lead in half right before the break. Of course they do. Martinelli now. Martinelli, can we put that 2-goal lead back into restoration? Luis Openda, no, awfully off target. I had to pass to Valverde, should have took it there. Halftime, 2-1 up here against Fulham. O'Reilly, win, Zubimendi. I don't know why I said Zubimendi. It was David Raya with the save. Valverde into Bukayo Saka now. Bukayo Saka has a little bit of real estate here against Ruggieri. And Bukayo Saka, still Bukayo Saka, still Bukayo Saka. Shot deflected by Bossi, out for a corner. Ethan Waneri coming on at left wing. I'm honestly not been impressed with Gabriel Martinelli these 2 games. I don't have money to bring anybody else in. Maybe he could look for a loan deal. Bukayo Saka. Davies, no. Odegaard on the rebound. He won't win it. It might fall for Zubimendi. It won't. It'll be Fernan Torres, whose heel cleared up the field, in which will go out of bounds for a throw-in unless Davies keeps in play. He does not. Ruiz into Bukayo Saka now, and Bukayo Saka intercepted. They're going to give that as a goal kick. They aren't. Wow. Ricardo Calafiori coming on it, left back for Alphonso Davies. We're also going to make some other changes as well. Let's go ahead and bring on Yurdic for Odegaard and put Valverde on that side. Let's bring on Remy on at striker again for Openda, and that's it. Oh, no, there's no way they're going to draw level with that. Thank the Lord for William Saliba. A clearance of the poorest of ages there almost happened. Yurdic into Remy. How did that ball go to Remy? I'm aiming for Saka there. What is going on? Now out wide for Ruiz. And Ruiz down the corner line, but he's going to whip across in for Federico Valverde. He won't have a shot there. He will lay it off for Yurdic. Out wide for Waneri. Slightly time wasting here. Ethan Waneri. Federico Valverde. He runs out of space, and here comes Fulham. Oh, and here comes Fulham, really. Oh, Ruiz. Great tackle. And that is game over. A revenge, a win against Fulham. It won't mean much, though, because obviously the damage was dealt last season. But a win there, a narrow win, in fact, against Fulham here. We move 2 out of 2 wins. We are going to go ahead and quick sim our first home game of the season here against Leeds United and hopefully pick up all 3 points and remain perfect. And we do a 2-1 win. Martinelli and Valverde getting their first goals of the season. Of course, it comes through a simulation, but goals nonetheless. We stay perfect in the first 3 games of the season. We will go ahead and wrap up the transfer window now. I will not bring anybody else in. And oh my lord, what in the hell is that? Well, tomorrow is going to be one special episode for sure. The good thing we don't care about the Carabao Cup because we might be out of that already against Manchester City. But we have Manchester United in the Premier League. We kick off our Champions League phase here against Bayern Munich at home. And then we go over to Spain to our former club. And currently the manager is Diego Simeone, who's the manager I kind of selected at the start because that's who I was at with Atletico Madrid. He goes back technically to the club he was the coach of, and we go back to the first team we coached for Atletico Madrid in the Champions League. We also have teams like Aston Villa and Newcastle in between that as well, which is absolutely absurd. Taking a look at the rest of our league phase, it's RB Leipzig, Sparta Praha in the 3 and 4. It's Inter Milan, the team that almost knocked us out in the Champions League. Maybe they did knock us out. Who knocked us out? No, Man City knocked us out. It's Sporting in December, and then it is Juventus and Real Sociedad to wrap up the league phase. That is not an easy league phase at all. But we sit atop the Premier League alongside Newcastle United. I will see y'all for the next episode. Until then, leave a like, subscribe, and peace out.